All right, you guys, welcome to day 5 of the 30-day sober challenge, and I want to just again tell you congratulations, day 5, for opening the email, for watching this video. And I'm going to get right to it. I love today because today is all about one day at a time. That's kind of the title of the conversation is one day at a time. I have a friend that has a podcast called ODAT, and I was like, what is that? That's one day at a time, okay? And if you've ever been in kind of the world of recovery, they talk about this a lot. That it's this big deal. That what we're talking about is taking everything just one day at a time, right? That it's not. It gets really overwhelming and hard when all of a sudden we begin to look at the future, or we look at the past. And one of the best ways for me to explain this is I believe, for me personally, this is what happened was I lived so long either in the past or in the future and never in the present. And what I mean by that is in the past, I would live in my shame of the things I did or the times I drank and all this stuff that built up this shame in me, right? So there's this shame or regret when I have a tendency to move from the present to the past. And then if I try to live in the future of what's going to happen next week, next month, next year, there's a lot of anxiety there. There's a lot of this build up inside of us that goes, I don't know what the future looks like. But when we choose to live in the present, like right here, right now, as you're watching this video, this is all that you have right in this moment. Stop thinking about everything in the past or the future, but just be here and present. When we can live in the present, and that's why I love this, like one day at a time. I'm not promised tomorrow, and neither are you. Right? So we can choose to go, okay, then let me live today in this moment, in this present moment with everything I have. Now, it's easier said than done. Because the reality is we have a tendency to always think about the future, always planning ahead. And even when it comes to drinking, you may be going, I don't know if I could promise to never drink in the future again. Well, don't right now. Just today, though. Just for yourself today, one day at a time. And that's the beauty of it, right? Is the overwhelming arch of life when I'm 70, when I'm 80, I don't know. But I do know that my life compounds over the choices I make today. So meaning if I make a positive choice today, it's going to compound over time and it's going to continually build to be a better choice in the future. If I make a negative choice, it's going to compound and I might find myself where I don't want to be in the future. But I don't have a choice of the future, but what I do have a choice of is my choice in my present moment today. So one day at a time, meaning all you have to do is think about just today. As you go through this 30-day sober challenge, I don't want you to see the big 30 days. I don't want you to see never drink again. I don't want you to see any of that. I want you every time you open up an email, every time you open up a video, I want you first and foremost to go, all I have is today. And one of the things I love to do is learning to be present takes practice. You're not going to just be like, oh, I heard this great video by Zach, now I'm done. That's not how it works. So what I encourage you to do is find something that you know that you do every single day and practice choosing to let your body and your mind and everything be present in what you're doing. Not thinking about anything else, not checking your phone, not listening to music. Be present in that. For me, it's washing dishes. I have 3 kids and I feel like every time I come home from work, my sink is full, and so I always find myself doing dishes. So what I choose to do is when I do dishes after dinner, instead of being irritated or frustrated by it or annoyed or thinking about things in the future, whatever it is, I go, I'm going to choose this one moment in the day to be present here. I'm going to feel what the water feels like on my hands. I'm going to smell what the soap smells like. I'm going to experience the feeling of washing and rubbing the dishes, right? I'm going to experience all of that because what it does, it teaches me, one, it's more enjoyable when you're present with something. But 2, it teaches me if I can be present in doing dishes, which no one loves to do, then all of a sudden that carries over into being present in my conversations and being present in the moments. And I stop thinking about the past and the future and I live one day at a time. And it becomes easier. It floods into the recovery process. It floods into the whole, I'm not going to choose to drink anymore, right? All of a sudden, but you got to practice it. Find something you can do to practice it. One other exercise I'll give you is if that one doesn't work for you. And it doesn't have to be dishes. It could be something that you do every day, but just choose to be present with it. But the other one is set your alarm. Set your alarm on your phone to go off every hour for 1 minute. And you're going to take 1 minute at every hour, and it's just going to beep or buzz in your pocket. But what you're going to choose to do for that 1 minute is you're going to go, I am here, I am now, I am present. How am I feeling? What is going on inside of me? And what all it's training you to do is pull you back from the future or the past and bring you to the moment and now. Because we have to learn how to do that. We can't just say, oh, it's just one day at a time. That is true, but we have to learn to believe that and live as if we are in the present moment and all we have is today. So this is a big foundational block in recovery to me. This is a big foundational block in your 30 days sober, because if we are always going to live in the past or the future, you are going to struggle at whatever it is you're going through in the present moment. So learning to be present is so vitally important, you guys. So either practice the one thing that you do every day and be present with it, or set your alarm to go off every hour and take 1 minute and just be present with your breathing, with your mind, with whatever's going on, and you own that minute. You get that 1 minute to yourself and own it. So this is my minute to be present. I'm here. What's going on? How am I feeling? All right, you guys. Day 5. You got this. I'm super proud of you. I will see you tomorrow. Hopefully, because all we have is today.